my god, why are they making us wait so long?
There's nothing like that hype, but trust me, it doesn't just happen overnight. See, while all his rapper peers were busy taking the safe route, feeding their fans yearly regardless of quality, Carti was doing something different. He was playing the long game.
So you want to tell the people what took so long for this tape?
I wanted to stick to one sound.
He had a vision for his music, taking his time to create waves, not numbers.
Sit there and be Young Carti sound and just Young Carti sound only.
See, but back then, most people didn't get Playboi Carti.
It's one thing to not be a lyricist. It's another thing to just be a bad rapper. And that's what he is.
He was the weirdo mumble rapper everybody used as an example to prove that rap was dying.
Let's be honest, Playboi Carti is never going to come out with anything essential ever, so let's not even humor that.
He didn't drop often, but on the rare occasion he did, he was always met with mixed reviews. Initially, this led to most rappers overtaking him in terms of stats and popularity. As a matter of fact, I distinctly remember watching this XXL class and not knowing who Carti was. Even still, he kept up the minimal output, banking on the fact that his music was just ahead of its time and that it needed to grow on people. And you know what? He was right. And it did. By 2020, most of those rappers that were popping a couple years ago were falling off, while Carti had more buzz than ever going into his next album, Whole Lotta Red.
Little did he know, because of this album,
this whole world was about to come crashing down.
This album release was a complete disaster. Fans didn't respond well to the experimental sound.
Carti, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Just so horrible. Like it's not even good. Like it's horrible.
Old heads were given like the easiest layup ever.
Yo, this is nonsense, bro. Yeah, this is very cringy.
And to make it even worse, radio wouldn't come near it. Nobody knew who this album was for. For the next 4 years, Carti wouldn't drop anything. And in that period, he took over hip hop.
I talk hip hop and metrics all day, and this is the only time I've ever seen an artist defy every single metric that we've ever discussed. So how is this happening?
Well, bad news for the unemployed, because not anyone can just aura farm their way to the top. First, you must lay down some groundwork. Just like Carti did. Even though his first two albums were initially met with mixed reviews and sometimes even ridiculed, in the long term, they would all become wildly acclaimed and influential, putting him and his art on a pedestal others just couldn't get up on. This repeated again with Whole Lotta Red. At first, everyone thought it was too loud, too weird, and too experimental. A couple months later, they were calling it genius.
Listen, I apologize for calling Whole Lotta bad. I didn't mean it in that type of way. In the beginning, it just felt really bad, but I love the album. It grew on me.
Whole Lotta Red started growing on people, okay? The sheer balls, the audacity it took to make that album just resonated with the young gen, giving Carti a cult following and basically influencing a whole new genre of swag jackers. Before you knew it, this seemingly commercially unviable, useless album had completely transformed the sound of rap. Even though, again, he had lost short term.
Freak don't cut you and check, you better sue.
He was now, again, winning long term. And all of a sudden, people don't want Kyle to drop. They don't want A Boogie to drop anymore. No. They want him to drop, because they know that he's gonna give them something exciting, something game-changing, something those other dudes just can't make. Groundwork is crucial here. If we're looking at GTA as an example, so many people played GTA 5, GTA 4, Vice City, San Andreas, and all of them got a great, unique experience, impossible to find anywhere else. Naturally, they're gonna trust Rockstar to provide yet another experience just like that. Until that happens, or until someone else takes their place, they'll keep waiting. Nobody's losing sleep over the next Lil Baby album, over the next Ubisoft game, over the next fucking Fast and Furious movie. Indian people don't count, bro.
This is where the unique creatives start to see all that groundwork, all that uniqueness pay off, while all the normie money grubbers start to see their supporters disappear. The creatives who took the hard route will now be able to do the unimaginable, gain massive amounts of hype while doing absolutely nothing.
No music.
Carti just dropped. I'm on national TV. Drop, gang.
You don't see him. You don't talk to him.
It's amazing next year.
He says nothing.
I love you.
And the more he does that,
Oh my god!
the more popular it gets.
See, usually what happens is the longer an artist takes to drop, the less buzz they have. Fans slowly lose interest and turn towards other artists who drop more consistently. But very, very, very rarely the complete opposite happens, okay? Artists become more popular because they don't drop anything. See, when you make generational shit, time plays into your hand. There's no expiration date on a timeless product, okay? It doesn't just explode and fade into obscurity. It stays put, changing culture, influencing other artists, and as time goes by, it accumulates more and more and more fans. Fans that grow more anxious the longer you don't drop anything new. Arguably the most hyped movie of all time, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, came out almost 20 years after its predecessor.
The hype surrounding this movie has been overwhelming. Now the question is, will it deliver?
For over a year after its announcement, it engulfed the planet. Every product had a tie-in. There were video games, CDs, and ungodly amount of toys.
What do you expect? It's the best movie of the century.
People were going into the theater, buying tickets for unrelated films just so they could see the movie trailer, okay? It was that fucking crazy.
I haven't felt this since 1970.
They'd watch the trailer and just leave right after. Fuck that movie, bro. Fuck that ticket. I don't even give a shit. I'm just waiting for Star Wars. Some even traveled overseas to view preview screenings of the movie, bro. It's that wild. All of that to say, that behavior would be uncalled for if Star Wars was dropping movies every couple years. The hype was only there because of the long waiting period, not in spite of it. So time and groundwork. Combine these two together and something amazing will happen. Something that's really rare and hard to describe. It's like seeing a rainbow. It would happen during Kanye's clusterfuck album rollout some time ago. You just saw it with Carti, and you're still seeing it with GTA 6. When the hype of a thing gets so big that it exits its usual orbit and takes on a life of its own. It invades pop culture, small talk, and even humor. We got I Am Music before GTA 6. That's the joke. The joke is overused. It's not even funny at this point, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's no longer just an album, a game, or just a piece of media. It's now a cultural event.
It's been 5 years.
A thing people want to be a part of, regardless if they're fans of the product or not.
He's coming. What? DJ Khaled is Carti. Kind of like the Elden Ring of artists.
With all of that momentum, it's no question Carti had one of the biggest streaming weeks in rap history. Even though he took 1,000, I'm looking at it right now, this is the exact number, 1,541 days to drop. And the album was extremely mid. So alright, now we know artists can use not dropping to generate massive amounts of hype. There's still one question we have to answer though. What the fuck takes them this long? Well, there's 3 reasons, 3 stories that end with different outcomes here. And trust me, even though Carti got away with it, not dropping can also send artists' careers down a dark spiral into obscurity. It's story time. August 19th, 2016. Frank Ocean has just finessed his label, dropping a 40-minute video of a warehouse with music playing faintly in the background. It was called Endless, and apparently it was a visual album. Even though it was commercially unviable, it was still technically an album, which is all it took to fulfill the contract Frank had signed with Def Jam 7 years earlier. Now an independent artist, Frank made a deal with Apple Music for $20 million to give them exclusive rights to his music. You might be wondering, rights for what music? He just dropped an album.
I'm not crying though. These are,
You hear this shit?
It was called Blonde, and it was the album he had been keeping a secret for years to complete this devious plan, releasing it literally one day after Endless. It went #1 on Impact and instantly was recognized as a pop masterpiece.
Really creative moment for modern pop and modern soul, and I love it. Frank Ocean, keep putting out music.
Frank Ocean was now the biggest artist in the world with a #1 album and 20 million in the bank. Literally a dream position for any artist to be in. The world at his fingertips, he gave up on music.
Do you see Frank at all?
I haven't seen him in a minute. He moved somewhere.
The secret place and
he's
didn't tell
gone.
anyone?
No text. He don't even text.
Obviously, Frank Ocean.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know where he's gone.
Where is Frank? He's perfectly hiding.
Come back.
He's perfectly hiding, waiting to come back, yeah.
Jimmy Fallon, shut the fuck up. 2017, he worked as a photographer for several magazines. 2018, he was featured on Astroworld.
Is that Frank Ocean?
2019, Frank released a song.
Is his album might be coming out secretly before 2019 is over. This is theory, because we got 2 tracks now.
2020, Corona hit, and he had to deal with the passing of his brother. 2021, he started a line of jewelry. 2022, he started directing a full-length movie with A24.
Oh, Frank, where are you going? That's, it seems like we're going further away from the music and not towards it.
2023, he headlined Coachella, stinking up the place, barely even trying. 2024, silence, nothing. 2025, reportedly, he's considering a career in filmmaking. It's been 9 years and 0 albums. Frank is one of the many people who've gotten sick of this shit. The drama, the limelight, the pressure of being a generational artist is just exhausting.
Drop the album! Drop the album! That's all you gotta do!
It's no wonder a lot of artists crumble here, unable to deal with the pressure. They get pressed about it 24/7. Their job consumes their life. Lauryn Hill made one of the greatest albums ever in 1998 and never dropped again because she just hated the attention that came with it. There was some other shit in there too. I'm trying to simplify for the masses. All right, stop. Andre 3000 was trying to make a rap project, but after a decade of deliberation, just decided he was too old for it and devoted his life to playing the flute. And the way things are looking right now, Frank is on that same trajectory. Free of his label obligations, free of anything tying him down, none of this is worth it for him anymore. He'd much rather be a human and enjoy life like everyone else. And I don't blame him.
Yo, Novocaine. Was it really? That wasn't Frank Ocean.
I swear to God that was Frank Ocean.
Perfectionists often take long to deliver, paying attention to every minute detail and working till their art is flawless. Sometimes even scrapping entire projects when they feel it doesn't live up to their standards.
Money under the mattress doing backflips.
I didn't believe you.
They rarely release anything, but when they do, you can be certain that the end product will be generational. See, perfectionism is a gift and a curse. For every time it's enabled someone to create an absolute masterpiece, it's also filled them with inertia and self-doubt. D'Angelo had to face this after dropping one of the best R&B albums ever. He was now a sex symbol, and naturally the perfectionist attitude he had towards his music now also applied to his image.
What are you looking forward to seeing?
Tonight?
Tonight, yes.
I want to see D'Angelo perform.
Girl, I'm with you because you know he fine.
He's fun. He's hot.
He'd often delay his shows just to do crunches before going on stage, afraid that he just doesn't look good enough. When it was time to follow up with more music, the perfectionism got even wilder. Afraid of watering down and just becoming another pop star, D'Angelo decided to learn how to play the guitar, so on the next album, he'd be able to play every instrument by himself. Labels hate him, you know, fucking.
D'Angelo, please, we have a #1 album. Please just capitalize, just maximize shareholder value. I'm begging you. We're all begging you over here at fucking Republic Records, please.
Anyways, 14 years later, yes, you heard that right. 14 years later, he wasn't as jacked as he used to be. He wasn't as popular as he used to be. But if there's one thing he still had, it was the ability to make great music. That same perfectionism that stopped him from dropping for so long finally cultivated in another body of work.
Forget like
a Grammy of the Year. Like, I really think this is MacArthur Genius Grant worthy.
It was just as great as everybody wanted it to be.
Overall, I think this is a fantastic record. I think this album was worth the wait. I wish we didn't have to wait for it as long as we did. I wish there were people like D'Angelo, people who are as artful and as creative and as eccentric and as adventurous as he is.
Would he be better off if he capitalized on his mainstream hype and dropped every couple of years? Yes, he would. But then he wouldn't be D'Angelo. It's 2007. Jai Paul puts out a recording of a demo on his MySpace page. It was called BTSTU. First, it started off quiet, but after a couple of years, some music blogs discovered it, and before you knew it, it spread like wildfire, receiving widespread coverage throughout 2010 from every site that mattered. Drake and Beyonce both co-signed him by sampling his music.
I got car money, fresh start money.
The hype got crazy. Genius, the future of music, the next superstar. Prince comparisons, D'Angelo comparisons. BTSTU was now getting played on the radio and topping charts, and then a bidding war started for the young prodigy. Everybody wanted a piece of Jai Paul. At the end of the year, XL Records, Adele's label, would sign him. And instantly, they announced he was dropping within the next 6 months. Fans were hyped as hell. And then, alright bro, I'm just gonna spoil it for you. He never dropped. Yes, he's still alive. Yes, he's still making music. The man just never dropped. It's been 17 years. Alright, to be fair, his unfinished album did get leaked online in 2013, and people mainly say that's the reason it never came out. But bro, let's be real here. If he really wanted to drop, he would have dropped. Nobody would have cared about those scraps that got leaked on a random internet forum. Instead, years passed and we got nothing but silence from the man. Then he just popped out of nowhere to officially release that same unfinished version of his album that leaked 6 years ago. So the question is, what was he doing? In 15 years, he recorded 46 smoke breaks, 72 blunts rolled, 120 store runs, 450 sheep counted, and 0 songs recorded. But honestly, I think we can all relate to Jai Paul here. You know, we all know what that vicious procrastination loop feels like. Feeling the pressure of high expectations and afraid of failure, you just keep pushing back and keep pushing back until it's too late. See, it would be easy for me to call these artists lazy and berate them for wasting their potential, but in reality, I don't think Jai Paul was lazy. I think he was scared. I mean, the signs were there since the beginning. Even the small amount of songs he did release all had brackets next to them with demo in between, you know? Which to me is an obvious sign of artistic insecurity.
How are you gonna criticize the demo? It's not finished yet. When I finish it, it's gonna be good.
And I think that's kind of the point. As long as the work remains unfinished, as long as the project hasn't released yet, all people have to judge you off is your talent, your potential. In that moment, the sky is the limit for you, okay? You could do literally anything. But as the years go by, time comes to stop living in that unknown space and deliver. To make yourself vulnerable to the thoughts and opinions of others.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit's...
This is really scary because disappointment is an option. Not living up to other people's standards is an option. I mean, what if you're not good enough? Some people never want to find out. In conclusion, yes, he could have, but he didn't. I think it's beautiful that we're not afraid to show how much we care about someone's art. We're living in an era where the whole world has been fragmented, okay? Everything is optimized for maximum efficiency and profit. Big cultural events, things all of us round up for and experience together, are slowly dying out. This is it. These are the cultural events. Cherish them, appreciate them. Don't hate the art of not dropping.
Now that you've heard about the art of not dropping, it's time for you to hear about the art of dumbing down. This one is damn near even more important than this one, okay? It's everywhere. It's in politics, it's in art, it's on YouTube, it's right here, present, as I stand here and I speak to you.
I don't know why you haven't clicked on it yet. I don't know what you're still waiting for.